Oh, I was actually just going to talk a little bit on this subject, but Spirit said, you have got to talk about the flying monkey, or plural, flying monkeys. You got to talk about that, Jamila. Oh my God. Hello, this is High Priestess Jamila. I have been supporting people that have came from and have overcame narcissistic parents, family members for years now. Just to let you guys know. Oh, hold on a minute, y'all. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I was talking to my wonderful family. All right, so let's talk about the flying monkey and how they're already cursed. And this is the aftermath of escaping the narcissistic parent or family dynamic. Okay. You sometimes will end up with a flying monkey, or I like to call them flukes sometimes. And God dang it, I gotta straighten up this area because I was doing some work last night. Okay. So the flying monkey knows that you have overcame not just the narcissistic family, because that's not what you're all about. That's not it. But you overcame a lot, didn't you? You had so many accomplishments. Okay. Right? The flying monkey doesn't like the fact that you overcame. They don't like that. So what they have decided is that they're going to continuously stalk you and try to destroy the things that you have accomplished. Okay, let's talk about that. First of all, the flying monkey may go on and on and on about how grand their life is, but it really isn't. Okay, it's not grand. Their life sucks more than most people. In fact, you figure out very quickly why they took the position of a flying monkey. Taking the position of a flying monkey, nobody is ever going to glamorize this position. Nobody, because it is a lowered position. Okay, they are in a lower position than you, but you still have to watch them. Some of these flying monkeys can be dangerous. Now, I think that it's obvious that everybody has figured out that they lie, right? They lie. They do smear campaigns. Okay. They may even file false reports against you that are totally untrue because they're doing the bidding of the narcissist, which is the so-called person. It can either be a witch or maybe it's not a witch. Okay. They're already cursed. I believe in protecting yourself from them though and binding them, but the flying monkey is already cursed. You just have to be careful because they will try to steal your identity. They know they're cursed. They will attack, they will let you and the whole world and however many people that will listen to them, They will let them know what they are up to when it comes to you, right? And they want what you have accomplished. They do. They want exactly what you have accomplished. They are usually trying to be in competition with you on some kind of capacity. Um, that's a curse on them because you're just living your life. Literally, you're just living your life. You know, they can't let go because that's all they have. It must have been a pivotal moment. Now, the flying monkey could possibly be your sister, somebody that you grew up with, or a relative. But I think that depending on what type of family you came from or what kind of dynamic you're dealing with, because you're not always dealing with family narcissism. You could run into a narcissist in social media. You could run into a narcissist at your job, and and narcissistic people always have flying monkeys. That's what they are. Literally, that's what they've been dubbed in the spiritual community as well as the the what is that, the mental health community, as being flying monkeys. They go out, they do the bidding for the narcissist. Okay, they carry out certain acts. Their job is to be the hater. That's where they're at. They are in a lower position than you, but they want to be you. So what you notice what they do, and it's so weird. You'll find that it's very bizarre. It's very bizarre, and they can't come up with their own ideas. Everything that you say, they have to repeat it. They have to say, "Oh, I already done it," or "I'm already doing that," even though they ain't did nothing. In fact, maybe if they did some of what you did, maybe they wouldn't be a flying monkey, right? But we all know that they're not. They're not doing anything holistically, spiritually to help themselves. Flying monkeys are pretty much sacrifices, is what they are. It's all an act. To find a flying monkey, this has got to be somebody that's in an extremely low position in life. Because because the pay for being a flying monkey is not that expensive. It doesn't cost, they're not making the big bucks. In fact, they are suffering from poverty. I mean, think about it. They actually took on a job as a flying monkey. And then, what I find that they do is they're quite often crying and complaining to you about their lives. You were the original target for the narcissist, and now they're crying to you. When what are you supposed to do to help them? You're not supposed to help them. What are you going to do? Inspire them? It's a flying monkey. Trust me, if you were to inspire the flying monkey to do better, they would find some kind of way to try to still discredit you. So it's not your job to fix them. Do you think that fixing them is going to make them stop? No, you'll help them fix themselves, and then they'll come and they're still on the agenda. They may go on and on about how great their life is, which we know that it's not. Their life is not great. In fact, they have less than what you have, right? And it's not about what they have, because honestly, you can have a flying monkey that's doing very well in life. You can. Now, I don't see why somebody that's doing well in life would feel the need to be a flying monkey. I have no idea why somebody would ever take on that job. I think that at the foundation of actually wanting to be a flying monkey, you have to be miserable. You have to be a miserable person to take on that position in life against somebody else that wants nothing to do with you. They're not bothering with you really. They're seeing some of the things that you're doing, you know, but they're not they really don't want that interaction with the flying monkey. They really don't. A lot of y'all just, you're trying to work and live your life and heal and do your thing. But the flying monkey is literally, they cannot step out of that role in life. So, what do? You can't do anything but make sure that you defend yourself and you bind them from doing any harm to you. Now, where it can be kind of tricky is when they're running in packs, because now you have several flying monkeys, right? So you have to be an extremely, I don't want to say strong person, but you have to be a real person. You have to tap into your reality and not theirs, because anytime you start to believe, first of all, they're liars. If you believe in anything that they say to you, which most of us don't, they're hoping that you do so that they can steal your identity. They want to steal your identity. They want to be you. They want to be in your position that you have created, not the wounded inner child that we all have and hopefully have healed by now, right? No, they want to be the person that you were, that you are, after you grew up and overcame. Key point, they want to be, but they can't be and they won't ever be. I'm going to tell you why. Because they are not real. They would rather pretend that they are you. In fact, they're trying to be a copy of you. They're literally trying to copy you in everything that you do. That's why they watch your social media so much. They don't really care. They're very delusional. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up and down. When you're involved with the flying monkey, a lot of y'all are in a higher position than the flying monkey, and you want to dismiss the flying monkey, especially if they're a flying monkey for your parent. Some of them might be a flying monkey for your parent. Some of them may be a flying monkey for somebody somebody that they see or deem is in a higher position than you, or they may be a flying monkey for several different people. But they haven't earned or gotten to where you have gotten to, right? And they do have an agenda. They do want to ruin what you built. They do. And they want it so bad. Okay? But guess what? Especially for some of you empaths, you very strong, powerful people, especially some of you fellow witches, okay? Because when I say witch, everybody always thinks about the evil witch. There's the good witch too, okay? That's like Glinda, the good witch, okay? So they can't ever be in your position because you are you and they are them. But they want to so badly, right? What you have to do is you have to win by succeeding. That's going to be your best revenge. That's going to be your best revenge, period. And you winning is not revenge. And you hate hate to look at it that way. But this is what ends up happening, you know. But I'm saying this so that you're not out there trying to take vengeance on them because they want to infuriate you. Yeah, they would really love for you to you know, they really do, they are miserable enough to where they want you to do something to them, you know. But you're not, because you're smart and you're level-headed. You know, it's obvious that they're trying to infuriate you because they're depressed or something. So that's why you win. You basically, the worst that you can do to them is by succeeding. That's going to be your best revenge. Don't try to get any other revenge because you're just going to throw your life away. Okay, over a person that's probably possessed anyway. They're possessed. They don't have um, enough sense to leave you alone, right? They don't have enough sense to just let the situation go, right? So yeah, I'm telling you. Interesting. Why does this look like this? Interesting. Okay. So, you know, stop worrying about the flying monkey. Okay. You got things to do. The flying monkeys, they're just going to do their job, which is to hate on you. Because especially if you overcame the situation that they knew about, there's no need in being embarrassed about it. You know, they know your situation. They know what you've went through, whether or not it's with family. Some of y'all go through this with your family. Some of y'all go through this with your ex, you know, or some of y'all you can go through that with a random person. I wouldn't even be worried about it. I would stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you know any kind of way of spiritual defense, just bind them from doing any harm to you. Okay? That's all you have to do. Just make sure that their antics, their constant antics, they're very obsessed. It's ridiculous how obsessed they are. Okay? It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. I wouldn't care about what they're talking about, really. There's no truth in what they're saying. That's the one thing about it is that flying monkeys, they lie. They lie and they fraud. That's all they ever do. That's what they're good at. That's what they're good at. They're good at lying. In fact, they lie most of the time. When are they ever telling the truth? When you think about it, okay? Now, some of y'all may have a special case because, and I wanted to talk about this. This is when a narcissist may have a group of people after you. If it's not a group of people, it could be a coven or something. Um, and I do think that you need to be careful with that. I do. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think it depends on what religious faith that you are, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But you do have to figure out a feasible way to bind these people from doing harm to you. Okay? And you keep it moving, you know? Don't worry about this. Okay? They're gonna continue. Some people just don't. Some people just don't have a life outside of their hateful agenda. Uh, being able to be a part of this smear campaign against you was the only thing that they had in life. And they gonna hold on to it. I mean, they just gonna hold on to that crap forever. They gonna hold on forever or as long as possible. You just have to keep calm. It's what I do. I don't worry about it. And live your life. Okay? Be happy in life. It could be worse. There's more things that are worse in life than having a flying monkey. Every day is a day that you can, make a difference in your life. Okay? And yeah, you may be tempted to curse them. A lot of y'all will do y'all reversals and stuff because you may feel as though they have somehow, penetrated your spirit or even your protection or something. You may have to do a reversal, but you don't have to curse them because trust me, they are already cursed. They are already cursed. Trust me. There's no need to curse somebody that's already cursed. Okay, that's just all it is to it. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your resources. Flying monkeys typically wake up every single day in misery. They are very, very miserable people. What are you gonna do? Make them more miserable? I wouldn't even go down that rabbit hole with them. Once you've identified it, I think you have to identify the flying monkey too first. I think you have to identify them. Right? You have to say, okay, this person is really, really, really being a flying monkey. Yeah, I've got to. I can't allow this to take up any more of my time. Okay, don't let them take up too much of your precious time. Time is very valuable. Okay, that's something they don't know about. They don't care about wasting their time. They already feel slighted. They already feel that their lives is jacked up. They already feel that way. So it doesn't really matter to them, it doesn't. So now when it is time to go and get some help with the situation, definitely if you are dealing with spiritual attacks, because that happens quite often. Okay. But you do realize that you know who you are because they wasn't talking about they don't have the spiritual gifts that you possess, and they will try to make you something that they want you to be that they are. Okay, so now all of a sudden they want you to take on their identity. Okay, and you know what you do. You have to know who you are and what your power is. Okay. You got to keep remembering that nobody really has the power to do anything. Now, if you notice it's a problem, then I would say, don't be foolish. Go ahead and take some action. Whether or not it is prayer, where's my pepper at? Whether or not it's prayer or whatever it is that you do to help yourself. Otherwise, I would just ignore them at that point because what they're going to do is they're going to take up as much of your headspace as possible. They want a response. It's what they live for. You know what I'm saying? They live for you to respond to them. And while it's very difficult because empathic people, we like to try to reach people. We do. We don't we because and you know what? It's like a natural response to talk to people when we see they're struggling, when we see that they're hurting, or when we see that they're going through it. You know, it's and don't blame yourself. Don't kick yourself down. Don't feel bad because you responded to them. Don't, because that's in your nature. You're a good person. You're a kind individual, right? And so it's kind of a natural thing for you to respond, and that's what makes you special, and that's what makes you human, because you're responding to it. Now, a lot of the times, and what I've noticed is that the flying monkey doesn't want the truth to come out. They don't want the truth. When you speak your truth, they are constantly running behind you. This is what the flying monkey does. When you, especially after they've done a smear campaign, it's totally ridiculous. When you've spoken the truth, after they've tried to ruin your reputation, the flying monkey, their job is to still, you know, try to make the whole smear campaign believable. They want people to believe it, because they so love, flying monkeys so love trying to ruin people's lives. It just is what they live for. It is. So speak your truth and keep it moving. And they may do this for years. They may do this for years. They'll do it for years. They want people to believe those lies that they told on you so bad. They do. I personally think that they need to create laws where people can actually be time in jail. Well, it's called slander. But our world is so chaotic that it doesn't take priority when it comes to our criminal justice system. It doesn't. Okay, that's why it feels very unfair, because they are allowed to do that. Speak your truth. Make sure that your chakras are in alignment and that they're balanced. Okay, make sure that you do that and keep calm and live life. What else can you do? Okay, now I can tell you that some of y'all, instead of going downhill, instead of feeling like the world is crap, I do feel that there are several ways and rituals, because I've had to do them throughout the years because of the people's lies that they have told. You got to do something to make sure that that doesn't ruin your life, because they will try to ruin your life with them smear campaigns. They will. Okay, they will try to ruin your life with them smear campaigns. That's what they mean to do. They mean to ruin your life. They want to ruin your life by lying on you. Okay. There's a ritual for that, actually. Okay, there's a ritual for that. So if you don't believe in ritual, then you know, then prayer. If you are a devout Christian or something, or Catholic, then you can pray. But I think that sometimes prayer takes a little while longer. I'm not sure. Okay. And then you just keep it moving in life. You know what I'm saying? Goodness gracious. They will, when and the flying monkey just loves going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You know, what can they do? Can they take something from you? Do they have the power to take something from you? Or are you gonna give them that power to take anything from you? No, you're not. They can't take anything from you, even though they'll try, because they don't really have their own identity. If they had their own identity, would they have done that craziness in the first place? Nope. Will they ever admit to it? Nope. They're never going to admit to it. It's far too embarrassing. Um, Especially if it's been going on for years and years and years. They have nothing else to hold on to that's tangible. Okay. Try to limit your contact with them as much as possible, because they want to speak to you. I think a lot of it, do I think that they feel guilty for some of the things that they've done? Sometimes the flying monkey can feel guilty. I think it depends. I think it depends but for the most part they don't feel bad. They feel as though you are their way out of an otherwise miserable life where they were a nobody. Now they get to be somebody, anybody, as long as it's wrong, because being a flying monkey is wrong. You shouldn't do that to people. Okay? You shouldn't. You should not support a narcissist on a smear campaign against somebody. That is horrible. I offer 24-hour, 7 day per week support for any of y'all that is going through that, because that can be difficult. That's hard to go through that. Especially when you're an innocent person, when you are when you're innocent, and yeah, they do and attack innocent people. They do it every single day. They do it every single day. You are innocent because what have you done? Do they have any proof that you've done this, or what happened? Why are they doing this? It is because they want to ruin your life. They do. They want to ruin your life. They want to control your life. Here's a big one. They pretend that they are with some hierarchy association, and they are just so powerful. And some of y'all are dealing with very powerful people. So, so what? Doesn't matter. You are God's child. It doesn't matter how rich they are. Doesn't matter what kind of connections that they have. Okay, because some of y'all are dealing with some deeply connected narcissists, and they're pretty much well connected. But trust me, every dog has his day. You don't have to feel intimidated by that. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, you know, you don't see anything that confirms that they're so powerful, right? Because they're not. Flying monkeys are not powerful. And yes, they do have bad energy. I don't understand why they obviously live on very little. They do. They live on very little. They don't really have this abundant lifestyle, but they want to pretend because you have that going on. And typically, this is for a lot of you business owners. And you're seen as they want you to be looked at like you are this horrible person just because you wanted to manifest something big in your life. And that's unfair. You wanted to do things and you started to do them, and you're doing them. And they're trying to make you feel bad for the stuff that you have accomplished in life. And that's not really fair. It isn't. You know, they're trying to tell you to be humble. Well, how is and that's when you, like, seriously, there's nothing wrong with wanting to manifest the life that you want. And they'll try to make you feel bad and try to come up with some kind of excuse. So then that is when you are being accused of being the narcissist. And pay that no mind. Why would you even care about that? Especially those of you that have a larger family, and you just have certain visions for your life. And it doesn't really matter how old you are. You can always accomplish the things that you want. In fact, a lot of y'all feel like y'all behind, but really, to be honest with you, you right on time. You never know. And just live in the moment. Embrace what you have in the moment. Appreciate it. You know, do practice healing practices for yourself, meditation, crystal therapy, Some of y'all, like myself, are witches, and you have to light your candles. Try to, because they're throwing pure hatred at you. Try to transmute that hatred as quickly as possible, because that hatred, it's not going to get you anywhere. You have to transmute that energy and believe in yourself. And don't feel bad. You yourself may have been offered a position as a flying monkey, and you said, well, I'm too overqualified. You were offered the position, and you said, no, that's not what, but the flying monkeys that took it, they took it, right? Because that's all that they felt like they were worth. But you're worthy of so much more, and you should celebrate that. You should celebrate that. People that have accomplished a lot of things, and they may manifest some messes in your life along the way, but stay focused on the goal, and enjoy life, and say, I am grateful, I am worthy of the things that I want, and your vision, the vision that you have for your life. Okay. That would be my advice to you, because they want to tear you down. They want to destroy everything that you built. They want to destroy everything that you are, you know, and you'll be sitting there sometimes worried that you're going to lose something. And as long as you don't give up and you've done the work, you're going to always gain. You're going to keep the things that you have. And there's nothing wrong with having something. Do not feel bad because you have something. Don't be egotistical and boastful, to the point, but you can be that if you want. If that's what you want, you can do that. Why not? Because they tried to stop you literally. So it's nothing wrong with that. We know that they jealous and they got the evil eye curse on them. You know, be creative, be strong, but also be clear all the time. Be very clear. Okay, keep yourself clear, of that stuff, because especially when you're working on a project, some of you, like, I think some of my clients are listening right now. Um, y'all are working and in transition. Some of you guys are going from renting to buying, which is huge. That is a huge transition. And right now I'm still a renter, okay, and I'm talking all this mess, but you know you're gonna get there. I promise you're gonna get there, because when you go from renting to buying, it's like you can take a breath of fresh air, because you are provided with a lot more security when you buy a home. Okay. Good morning, one EQ. You are going to put yourself in a better position by doing that. And then some of you guys are transitioning to where you're upgrading your home, or either you are embarking on your journey for your careers. Maybe you're interested in doing some investments, or or maybe you're starting a business. Okay, and the flying monkey don't want you to do nothing. They don't want you to do nothing. They don't want you to go nowhere. They're never going to be happy for you. Okay, but you know what? There are going to be plenty of people that are going to be happy and celebrate with you. So why worry about them? They want to be the main component in your life. And then they'll try to carry on the role as somebody that you're supposed to impress them. You have to impress them with And but in reality, they're not going to ever be impressed. They're not. And you shouldn't even tie what you're doing in with them. I wouldn't even connect it, because there really is no connection. It really isn't, because what you do and what you accomplish is what you do. Okay. One EQ has a question. What about people who manifested a home as a child, but due to age restriction, the parents were responsible for maintaining the home? You won't have the same struggles as someone who is. I was following you until the last sentence. Um, are you speaking about people trying to take, like, your inheritances or things that you were supposed to have? Is that what you're speaking about, one EQ? Is that what you're talking about? Them, like, basically taking, what might be rightfully yours. Because all I can say to that is that if you manifested a home as a child and it's your home, and now you are an adult and the home is in your name for whatever reason, then you'll want to make sure that you uh get what's rightfully yours. If it's yours, I wouldn't just what, and that's an interesting question, because a lot of people will say, well, I don't want none of it. I don't want any of it. They'll throw away their birthright. And I don't necessarily believe in doing that. I believe that if it's rightfully meant for you, then it's meant for you, because I think that people have very often stolen things from people. What they do is they break them down, right? You end up being broken because you're busy trying to heal various areas of yourself. But I would say, if you have to go after that situation legally, I would say do it. I'm saying, if you okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I won't have to start over like an adult who is just now capable of manifesting. So if you manifested homes as a child and they ruined and your parents ruined it. Well, that to me sounds like perhaps, the parents kind of acquired things, that as a child you couldn't necessarily, um yeah, if you have the capabilities of manifesting as a child, then as an adult, though, that power within you is still there, but you just have to resurrect that power, is what you have to do. Does that make sense? Because um you can, pretty much everybody has it. Doesn't matter what age you are, you do have the power to manifest whatever you want, outside of all of the static, because of course there's going to be people in your life that are going to try to create a bunch of static and a bunch of distraction, right? you know I don't necessarily think of it as starting over, but more so it's like a journey. You know what I'm saying? If that answers your question. Mm-hmm. Yeah, resurrecting your power, because what I found is that, especially when you grew up with narcissistic parents, that they shut down your power. They were not necessarily, it wasn't an environment, you were not being raised in an environment where you were supposed to go out into this world and make it. Okay. They shut you down and then maybe even possibly threw you out. So they made you extremely vulnerable. They suppressed and oppressed you to the point where you know, at some point you felt they were trying to make you powerless. And so yeah, you do have the ability to resurrect that power within yourself. Yep, exactly. Anybody at any moment has the power to do that. Mm-hmm. I mean, on a daily basis, you can pretty much manifest whatever you want. And you have to separate that from what other people, and see, that's the thing about what I'm talking about with the flying monkeys and the codependents. You know, they want to blend with you almost. It's like they want to merge with you. And so it's almost like, especially when you're dealing with an older person, or if you're dealing with like it, or if you're dealing with like a parent that's in competition with you, and you end up manifesting something more than where you came from. Like maybe your family home was, kind of small and quaint and humble. You came from humble beginnings, possibly. But then when you came to age, you manifested something very big, right? And, they're looking at you like, no, codependent, narcissistic people will do that often. You can't do what you want to do. I can tell you that those of you, especially that want to buy homes, there is somebody that is probably 10 years older than you or more that does not want you to buy that house until they buy a house. So you got to wait for them. I mean, these are people that you're not even related to, but it doesn't matter if you're related to them or not. If they can't buy a home or if they haven't bought a home yet, you're supposed to wait. You can't buy a home until they do. But what if they never do? And it doesn't matter if they never do. Why do they want to merge with you with your situation so bad to the point where they want to do it first? They want to do it before you, right? Now that's a trip right there within itself. Is that they want to make sure that they do that before you. Now, when you're dealing with a parent child, um, if I do think that there's certain things that parents are going to manifest, because, and they do it because they want to be an inspiration to their kids. Sometimes it depends, but I think that there are people, like I said, the flying monkeys, they want to do everything first. They want to be first. But what if they don't have what if they never have that ability? And they probably won't, more than likely if they're a habitual stalker, they're too busy focused on you to even manifest that. You know what I'm saying? And so they're in a race with you. They may know that you have plans of making your family more stable by purchasing a home, and they're like, no, well, I'm not going to do that for 4 years, so you can't do that. One EQ, you can't do that because I'm not ready to do that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because they trust me, they listening to all of your plans. They are. That's why you're not supposed to discuss your plans until you do it. But I think that you can still pull it off even if you have discussed it. Okay. But when they hear that you have a plan to do something that they haven't done yet, they want to stop you from doing what you're doing. And they will try to sabotage that. Okay. They will. And sadly, this is manifesting in a lot of people's lives to where they have like a narcissistic person, that they don't want you to accomplish anything that they haven't yet accomplished. So, and it becomes, they become consumed by it. Let them become consumed by it. Try not to, now I will tell you, you have to look at self reflection sometimes, and you have to check yourself, when they are on their campaign, because you can tell that they're on their campaign. You can tell when they're campaigning, okay? And what you have to do is put up your defenses, because kind of, if you don't respond to the campaign, it gets worse sometimes. Sometimes if they're doing something to get your attention and you give them no response, then they'll go further to get your attention, which means that they start calling the police. They start, doing all kind of weird things. You know what I'm saying? So, but try not to allow them to take too much space in your head. The moves that you're making, don't make your moves based upon them, because then you're allowing yourself to be puppeteered. Yeah, don't do that. Okay, you have to literally retrain your brain. And it's very difficult when you're thinking in terms of family, because a lot of y'all have flying monkeys in your family. But I've seen flying monkeys outside of the family, people that are of no relation to you. It still doesn't, and so I would say to not allow them to be in your head, because if they're in your head, they are in your head, and sometimes they will serve as a subconscious, or some kind of blockage in your mind. So while you're manifesting, it is a goal. It should be goal for you to get that person out of your mind, to stop thinking about them actually. And what you'll notice is that they will. Now I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times they're very unjust. They're very imbalanced people, because if they don't get your attention, it gets worse and worse. All of a sudden, they're filing false reports against you. They're gonna do anything and everything to get your attention. And that is very important to them, to get your attention. And they are very disruptive when it comes to, if you were somebody that just were just sitting there manifesting with no interruptions, you would manifest that, within hours. But they're constantly trying to interrupt, and they're constantly trying to get in your consciousness, constantly, right? That's the goal. Okay, and they want that acknowledgement, and they will worry the hell out of everybody, the police, I mean, just everybody in your life, that they'll start, because they, and especially when you block them out, you can even tell, because that should be something that you should be working towards, is blocking them out of your consciousness. When they cannot access you, that is when they take either to social media or calling folks, when they can't access you, when they feel like, I can't access this person, right? This person is not acknowledging me. Okay. And they go, and that's the cycle that they go in. So that's why when you see people dealing with people like that, they will sometime respond, because that person is getting ready to flip. Because if they can't get some kind of acknowledgement, but when you up on your stuff, and you up on things, when you do respond, they're not going to like your response. So if you don't give them a satisfactory response, this is when things can get dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. This is when thing, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. It's comparable to, when you think about it, it's comparable to a zombie. It is, because it's almost like they want to eat your brain. They want to eat your consciousness, because your thought processes and what you're thinking and what your brain is doing is constantly manifesting your reality, either your physical reality when it comes to your health, or either what you're manifesting when it comes to houses, when it comes to cars. And no, they don't want to, they don't want to see you manifest those things that you like. And they will go on, I mean, they will go on and on for years, and they are throwing their life away. They're throwing their life away, trust me. Because what's the point? What's the purpose? There really isn't any purpose of what they're doing, unless you give them the purpose. If they're able to actually do that to somebody, stop them from manifesting the things that they want, which they've been successful before, because they're so abusive. And so you can't be sensitive to their abuse. And the way that you desensitize yourself is through healing. Because think about it, if you are at least 60% healed or more, they can't really break you down. But that's what they want to do. They want to break you, and they will use your children. They will use your ex-husband. They will use everything that they possibly can to try to break you down. That's why you have to own it, especially if you have revealed certain aspects of yourself. You have to own it. You have to say, yeah, I went through that. You know, I went through that. It's, and what else can you do? I think it takes a strong person to discuss your victories, the things that you went through and the things that you've overcame, you know? So, exactly. Oh yeah, they have left a lot of people homeless. They have. They have it's bad. It's bad. Yes, they will leave a lot of people homeless. They get a kick out of that. Okay? They do. They get a kick out of that for some reason. I don't know what the obsession with that is. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's all a part of them wanting you to be vulnerable, because if you're homeless, you're gonna be vulnerable. You're gonna be very vulnerable. Okay. Or presumably you'll be vulnerable. Okay. So trying to think if it's anything that I didn't cover. I think that it puts you in touch with your higher self. It should. If it doesn't put you in touch with your higher self, and it's not, honestly, do I feel that narcissistic people inspire? No, I don't. I don't. I don't even think they have a goal to inspire others. I think that they want that identity, but that's no, they don't. And they have ruined more people's lives than you can even imagine. It's a great evil. It's a great evil. It's going to be the most evil that you battle in your life. Okay? It's very malignant. It's like a cancer. Okay? It's like a cancer on your life. Okay? But you can do it, you know? A lot of people have overcame it, and they can actually show what it's nothing wrong with that, you know? And they don't want you to show it. They don't want you to show your accomplishments at all, because it bothers them, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're practicing black magic, dark arts. They are trying to send these vagabond spirits to your house so you can be uprooted, so that you can have to go from place to place. They want to kick you around, they want to push you around. And there's ways of keeping those spirits out of your house, because they will invoke or conjure those kind of spirits, and they'll send them to your home. And there's ways of getting them out of your home, like smudging your house from the inside to the outside. Because they want to see everything that you do fail. you know they want to see everything that you do fail. So don't ever believe it. That's a part, that is a part of the deception. That's a part of the deception. you know and once you have accomplished those things, there's really no need to fight with them anymore, but they gonna still fight. I've seen them fight with people for years and years and years, even after you've quote unquote dropped a house on them. They will still want to fight you on that. They're still trying to derail you, and they'll do it for years and years and years to come. As long as they are breathing, it's their existence. Okay? A lot of my clients, they have very good jobs, very successful businesses, nice houses. I can see their rituals. Without you doing, you can be minding your own business, defending yourself. You're not doing anything to them. Okay. And, they're sitting there writing down, they're looking up your addresses and they're writing it down, and they're saying, I want this person to lose their home. And they're calling spirits to your house so that you can lose your home, or even worse, your life. They are doing that. And they're very specific about it. They specifically want you to lose what you've accomplished. And to you, and to most of us that are normal, our home is our safety. That, home is considered to be safety. It's a safety net. Okay. It's not necessarily just something for you to brag about, but it's okay for you to do that. I've openly discussed my home building plans and the custom home that I want built. I've openly discussed it. Everybody knows it. You know, and when I get that home, should I be quiet about it? Should I not show my home? Well, trust me, if you've managed to build something like that, can't nobody touch it. Not really. But they will try. They want your lights to fall. They want they want your lights to fall apart. They just want things to fall apart, you know? Okay. So, it's nothing wrong with that. I have this vision where I can see myself, featuring my own home, because sometimes when people are in those magazines, they actually, unless you're a celebrity, people will actually pay media to feature their home. I would love to build a custom home with 6 bedrooms, 6 baths, and 6 fireplaces. I would love to feature my witchy home in Witchology magazine, and just say, hey, I accomplished this. And when that happens, They're trying to destroy it. So yeah, but do you actually believe that they can destroy that? And trust me, they will. They have thought of everything. Yeah, Architectural Digest too. Yes, because I love custom built homes. I mean, all of the details I've worked out in my mind. I want a skylight above my bed. I'm not really into the see through fireplaces. I'm more so a traditional fireplace person. You know, and when that happens, they're going to be sick, and they're going to be so sick that they have to transfer that sickness to you. So yeah, it's a battle, but I'm telling you, once you get to a certain point, the battle is pretty easy because you have to have built up your power structure within your mind and your spirit to even get to that point. So you've done it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to have a skylight above my bed so that I can lay in bed and look at the rain come down. But it would have to be built very well because I would be kind of irritated if it was to start leaking. Okay. That would suck. But yeah, that's a vision that I have. Okay. And many people have done it, and you can do it too. You just have to stay on point and relax. And I say do the work. I come from a different perspective because I am a spiritualist. I am a practitioner of magic. So I do come from a different point of view than a lot of people. There may be people that may run into this video and they're thinking, "Oh, I don't like witchcraft. Oh, that's evil." And I totally understand that. But I think that witches, we have a foundation of it's not like we're just wicked people. Oh, I never thought about underfloor heating. That's a great idea. Yeah. And I would have all hardwood throughout the house. I would maybe with some nice rugs. But I don't like carpet. I hate carpet. I do. Carpet is the devil. You know, it is. It's yeah. Me and carpet don't get along. It's a lot of maintenance versus just sweeping and dusting. A hardwood floor is very different from having to take care of a carpet. It's a lot of hard work taking care. See, some people see I'm Kinsley's mommy. I like hardwood because I feel that number one, it's prettier, it's healthier. Unless you get termites or something, that would suck. But otherwise, I prefer hardwood because carpet creates a lot of allergens, and I do have a horrible dust allergy. I do. Like it just sometimes it'll clog me up. I have to vacuum my floor like every other day, otherwise I'm gonna feel stuffy. So but and so just keep your vision alive. They can't really stop you. Now I will tell you that I personally think that a lot of people have a better chance of surviving because it's kind of like when you're dealing with narcissism and flying monkeys. What we're talking about is that you are dealing with witchcraft. Like, you're dealing with witchcraft in a certain form. It could be different forms of it. And then even sometimes because I think of religion as witchcraft as well. That's just a different form of witchcraft. And so having that spiritual foundation and learning what works for you. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. Uh-huh. I think that hardwood floors are easier to keep than carpets personally because you can get like a little Swiffer or either a little dust mop, spray your stuff, spray your wood cleaner, your floor cleaner on it and just wipe it down and keep it moving, you know. Or, if you're used to vacuuming and you prefer a vacuum, they do have those, vacuums where you can sweep up dust because you do have to, when you have hardwood, you still have to take care of it because it'll have dust on the surface of it. But, with carpet, it goes down in there. Yeah, I know. I know because that can be a foundation for sexism and other things that we don't like to talk about. Yeah, so that that's one of the reasons why I chose the pagan path. Okay. Oh, do you really? Okay. Yeah, though that Swiffer steam cleaner. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I prefer hardwood and I want hardwood throughout. you know, with just some really nice, antique rugs and stuff, because I just think that carpet is just it's because that dust gets caught up down in there and you never can. I mean, you can use the most powerful vacuum, but there's still and then there's dust mites. There's those dust mites and they are very real. If you look at that carpet under a microscope, you're going to see these little bitty tiny bugs and they are eating and feeding off of that dust. Yeah. Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. I bet your allergies. You probably didn't suffer any allergies because I'll just all of a sudden sometimes get itchy with the carpet. You know, and I don't treat my carpets very well either. You can tell that I don't like carpets. you know, you can just tell I don't. They well, not that I don't like them. It just I don't agree. It doesn't agree with me very well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can live in your mattresses and stuff, and that's why you have to throw out your mattresses and replace mattresses every once in a while. It definitely does contribute to your health. It can affect your health. This is the reason why manifesting is so important. And people will try to make it seem like money is the devil. That is a person that has a bad relationship with money. A lot of people don't want money just so that they can brag about having it. They want it to keep up a healthy lifestyle. When you manifest what you need to keep up your lifestyle, you are going to be healthier. You are going to be happier because um, you're going to have things that are better quality. And so, like, for example, my new mattresses that I bought for all of the beds are the newer hypoallergenic mattresses. And a lot of people when they replace their old mattress, they go through like mattress sickness because now when you get the new mattress, now it's like you have to adjust to it. You know what I'm saying? Like usually people that go through that, when you go through having things that you consider to be subpar, you want better, and then you upgrade. It's like you have to go through this adjustment. You can feel your body adjusting to it. Exactly. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. And yeah, they will go after your money. I think people that go after your livelihood are some of the lowest forms of people. And I think that they are at their lowest. I think that that's a pretty low point, because that's actually a dangerous situation. It's dangerous to mess with somebody's livelihood, but they have no problem with doing it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, your body definitely has to adjust to a mattress, to a new mattress, especially if you had a mattress that had lumps and bumps in it and certain pressure points of your body is all out of alignment, and then when you sleep on a mattress that's firmer, because I prefer a firm mattress. Yeah. Yeah, they do. They do. They will do that. And you know what? Especially a lot of you guys that are entrepreneurs and business owners, y'all should never give up on that. Even if you have to get like a little part-time job to make ends meet, you know, it's gonna pay off. You stick to it, because they will try to sabotage your businesses. Oh yeah. They will find out about your company and your business and they will try to sabotage it. They'll leave fake reviews. They'll send secret shoppers that are meant to just sabotage you. They will do that. Yeah. you know and you just have to roll with the punches is all you can do, and do the best that you can. you know hmm oh, those are nice. Yeah. Yeah. So we've started rambling, you guys, and so I'm gonna go because it's 11 o'clock. I gotta get going here. These people are very deceptive, though. They can't help it. It's a part of who they are. They're very deceptive. um and usually they don't have the ability to manifest what you manifest, but they will try. And so, for example, when it comes to like that soul swapping and identity theft, you know they don't really know how to connect to your original source, because I believe everybody has their original source that they tap into. So that's why it never works for them. They got to find their own niche, pretty much, just find their own north, you know. So I can tell you that common mistakes that people make, this is going to save y'all lives. When you make a decision to go into something, your first thought process is that you want to become aligned with people that are similar, that are doing similar things. You want to, but a lot of the times you can't do that. But I would say if you feel compelled to do that, because, yeah, as somebody in the spiritual business, I love to connect with other spiritual people. I do, because, you feel comfortable, you feel like you're amongst like minded people, and you feel like those people, they may be supportive to you. But I would say, because I am, there was a time when I didn't divinate that stuff. Like, I didn't throw my cards on people. Okay. I do that now. I do that now. I check people out beforehand, you know. And yeah, everybody has some kind of negative energy around them. It's just you can't help it, but I think it's all about how they deal with that. So, don't get involved with people that you don't take the time to actually get to know people. Even getting to know people, observing their behavior, not becoming fast friends and jumping into things with people. You know what I'm saying? Because technically you really don't have to do that kind of networking, because a lot of times you get in trouble with that networking. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got somebody that has a level head, somebody that's not greedy or suffering from that, or There's, they may be suffering from jealousy or the evil eye. They get jealous of people that they feel are exceeding them. Then yeah, that's fine. But a lot of people that are in similar fields as you, they may be looking to sabotage you and use you. And that's not the case for everybody. It's not. But I've seen it happen a lot. So take some time to establish yourself is what you have to do. Okay. Take some time to establish yourself. Now, if you're in the public eye, people are going to see you. You can't keep that a secret. But if you take the time to establish yourself, give yourself a few years and then say, okay, I think it's time for me to make a few friends, you know, then you can, you may have a little bit of leg room. But when you're building, at the time that you're building, you need to kind of, especially because most of us that have small businesses, we don't have any employees. We're just running our small businesses. That would be my advice as somebody, don't go out there looking for that camaraderie or, those partnerships, because I found that a lot of the times those people are there just to sabotage you. You know, yeah, they're just there to sabotage you. Udemy, I've never heard of that. Udemy, what is that? I have to look that up. Courses on Udemy. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. I'm a teacher as well. Um, just to let y'all know, shameless plug. I actually do teach classes in the craft. I also do offer apprenticeships. So, but anyway, y'all gonna be all right. You just don't turn into the narcissist, man. You don't have to play their same game. I feel like narcissistic people and flying monkeys are very weak. I don't think of them as strong people. I don't think of them as strong people. I don't think of them as genuine people. You don't have to play their same game. In fact, it's not a game at all. You know? Okay, y'all, I gotta go. I don't know why I hear a man's voice, so I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. I hope that this helped y'all. Okay. And I'll be seeing y'all later. All right. Have a good one. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much for the support. Subscribe. And I will be seeing y'all later. Okay. Watch out for this fall equinox. It's a doozy. Okay. It's a doozy. It is. Okay. This is a powerful transition. That's why I have a group. That's why I have a support group going on right now. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Blessings. Bye bye.